Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 19 of LLB with Fatah Khan. What does LLB stand for? LLB stands for Legendary Leadership Bites. Hi, I'm Fatah Khan, a mid career transformation coach, a podcaster, and a TEDx speaker, and a best selling author. And why did I start this particular podcast? The reason of starting this podcast is I've been in the corporate world for 17 long years, in which about 7+ years were more of handling teams, right, as a leader, handling multiple stakeholders, projects, and everything. And what I realized is that the pain that the mid-career professionals go through when they are transitioning into a leadership role, or while they are into a leadership role, how do they become the legendary leaders? And that's when I realized these things. And it's been past 4 years now. I've started my own passion journey into leadership coaching, and this is where I come up with different topics on leadership so that it can help mid-career professionals to transform into legendary leaders. So today's topic is yet another powerful topic. And today there is a lot of buzz around this topic. What is this topic all about? It is about emotional intelligence. How do you actually use the power of emotional intelligence in your leadership? Before we talk about how do you use the power of emotional intelligence, let's understand what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence isn't just a buzzword, right? A lot of people today like use emotional intelligence. This become like a buzzword. Everyone is talking about it. If you see like a lot of MBA colleges also talking about, hey, leadership with emotional intelligence, and you hear a lot of coaches or you hear a lot of these things even in the corporate world today, like you have to become an emotionally intelligent leader. But it's not just the buzzword, it is the cornerstone of effective leadership. Emotional intelligence, like how can you use this particular skill or emotional intelligence, the trait or the attribute, to become a great leader, in fact to become a legendary leader. I'm going to share with you 5 things, right, that can help you actually to use this power, harness this power to become a great leader. What are these? Number one, understanding emotional intelligence, right? When you are doing anything, you need to understand what it is all about. So what is emotional intelligence all about? As I said, it's the cornerstone, it's not a buzzword. And if I have to put it in leadership, where does this come, right? It might, many of the people might be thinking, oh, emotional intelligence is a lot about the mind, right? It is more like the mind of leadership. No, let me help you understand. Emotional intelligence is the heart of leadership, right? It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions. Let me remind you again, right? It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage whose emotions? Not your team own emotions at the first stage, it is your emotions. How do you manage them while you're empathizing with others? You show empathy to others, but emotions, first you manage your own emotions. To become emotional intelligent, it's not like you are teaching others, hey, how do you manage your emotions, right? You are telling people, hey, stay positive. No, no. First it is about managing your emotions and you showing empathy with your team members and the people around you, right? That's where it is called the heart of it, and it is more of helping you the emotional intelligence. If you are able to build proper emotional intelligence, it is more like helping you in terms of getting into authentic leadership, right? It will help you to create the foundation for building meaningful connections. Now remember this, as you are growing as a leader, as you start working with teams, with people, it is all about understanding people, it is all about building connections with people, it is all about building relationships with people. Because if you can actually work with people, then people can work for you, right? If you are able to understand people well, and then actually able to understand people and then get the work done from them, that's when you can show results to the organization. So the first thing is understanding emotional intelligence. And whenever emotional intelligence strikes next time, right, you need to remind yourself that emotional intelligence is the heart of leadership. The second thing, empathy. While I shared about emotional intelligence, while you are understanding your emotions, but I also shared about how do you empathize with others. So second thing is about empathy as a leadership, right? What is empathy as a leadership? If you look at empathy as a leadership, it is nothing but a superpower. And many people get confused between empathy and sympathy. I know it's basic, right? If you even look at the dictionary, it can give you the meaning, but it's not just about understanding the meaning of a word in a dictionary. Sympathy is where you are sympathizing with people, sympathizing in terms of, oh, somebody is hurt, right? You are actually like having sympathy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, right? You lost your dad, you lost your mom, or you are hurt, somebody is at the hospital, right? You are sympathizing with them. But empathy is where you are listening to them, where you are understanding their problem, and when you are empathizing with them, right? This actually is built again with emotional intelligence. And empathy is also like, if it also is like an emotion, right? It is actually built with a lot of connection, and it is also built with compassion. So empathy is also a superpower that you need to build when you are talking about emotional intelligence. Because when you are able to connect any person to a deeper level, if you are able to connect with your team members at a deeper level, that's when your team is ready to work with you on the weekends. It's ready to work with you when the project deadlines are extended, in terms of like the projects that are like really critical, and you need to actually have your team members work till late nights, right? Challenging projects. That's when your team members will be happy, if you are able to empathize, and if you are able to build that connection and a deeper sense of belonging that they can feel with the organization and with you as a leader as well. That's step number 2. What is number 3? Number 3 is navigating challenges with self regulation. What do I mean by that? Navigating challenges. It is more like staying calm in the storm. Right? While there is a storm, we know leadership when we are talking about customers, clients, projects, deliverables, deadlines, budgets, results, right? A lot of challenges will come in, but it's like a storm, a lot of things coming at you. But then, how do you actually stay calm during those times? Because you are a leader, right? Now, if you are a leader, if you want to become a great leader, that's where emotional intelligence comes now. That's where you actually able to navigate, and that is where is the real test of the leader. If I have to tell, the real test of a leader is how, when there are a lot of challenges that the leader is facing, right, and navigating with that, they are not bringing the stress to the next levels, right? They are not actually getting angry at the next levels. They are not like making others put into stress. That's not how the leaders would be. Leaders would be, storm is coming, still you're calm, but you know how to handle it. It's not that you are calm and then you are there just sleeping. Okay, kuch bhi hota hai, whatever happens, I'm just calm and composed and patient. No, 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 no. That's not leadership, right? Leadership is you take all of that, and then it's like you actually make yourself so strong that you are able to take all of that that is coming in, but you are not letting it that flow to the next layer, right? You are helping them to understand, you're still empathetic, you're still compassionate, and you still make them feel that it is a beautiful space to work. It's not a stressful space. It's not where you are letting your anger go. It's not like you are actually making the team feel burnout. No, right? That's where you show the true leadership in terms of being calm even during the stress situations. Number 4 is cultivating effective relationships. How do you actually build a strong team? As a leader, if you have to build a strong team, you have to cultivate effective relationships. When I say you have to cultivate effective relationship, it is not only between you and your team member, it is with the entire team, right? You are the one who are like a thread for the entire team, who are going to stitch the entire team together, right? And it is your responsibility. How do you actually make the team work together, make the team actually feel that belongingness and have that collaboration, who are coming together for one mission, for one purpose, for one goal that they want to achieve, right? For the clients, for the customers, and for the organization. But it is your responsibility. How do you build that relationships and help team members come together as one team, right? That is more about cultivating effective relationships. The last one is inspiring and motivating teams. Now, as a leader, it is important for you to inspire and motivate the teams. And how do you do that? Do you do that by giving motivational speeches all the time, right? Do you give that, do you do that by actually sharing maybe some great examples of some great leaders? How do you do that, right? One of the most crucial way, or I would say like one of the best way to do that is leading with purpose, making them stay connected with the mission and the vision, right? Helping them understand, right, why we are doing whatever we are doing. See, external motivation, if you are sharing some videos with them, or even if you are motivating them, how can they do best, and that will stay for a certain time. But think of it, what if you are able to give them a strong reason that they are connected with? And that strong reason is nothing but the vision and the mission of the company, the organization. Why are we doing whatever we are doing? If you are able to make them deeply connected with the why, with the vision, with the mission, that's when they feel like, I want to do more, I want to contribute more. And that is more of the inspiration and the motivation that will come from inside. You don't have to have a lot of external factors all the time. And one of the mistakes I've seen leaders doing is they think money is the motivation factor all the time. See, of course, all of us as human beings, especially when we are in a 9 to 5 job, we are working for money. Of course, we want the money, but is money all that thing? Then why do you think when you are even paying high salaries, your employees quit, your team members quit? Why does that happen? Somebody is like highly successful in the job in terms of making money. Why do you think they still quit? Because somewhere they are not connected with the mission and the vision. They don't have a deep connection, or they don't see something as a purpose, right? So if you are able to connect with the purpose, if you are able to lead with purpose, and also help them to connect with your purpose, with your mission, with the mission, right, then they will stay longer. And they will not only stay longer, they will take extreme ownership of getting results for your organization, because they are now connected with a purpose. They are now connected with a deep belonging to the organization, and they understand that they are doing something really meaningful, where they are contributing to a bigger mission and vision. Now, if you are able to focus on these 5 things, right, you will be able to ensure that your leadership actually goes to the next level. I want to summarize this once again for you all, right? The 5 things that I spoke about in emotional intelligence leadership. First one is understand emotional intelligence, right? In that, what is emotional intelligence? Is it the mind or the heart? It's the heart of leadership. Number two is empathy as a leadership power. When we talk about empathy, it is also about connecting to a deeper level with people. Third one is navigating in challenges with self regulation. It's more of staying calm even in the storm. And then the fourth one is cultivating effective relationships. This is more of building a strong team, building a cohesive team. That's number 4. And step number 5 is inspiring and motivating. And how do you do that? While you are leading with a purpose and connecting your team members with the mission and the vision. I hope this was helpful. And once again, I want to remind you all that emotional intelligence, you need to understand what is it. And if you are able to become an emotional intelligent leader, that is what will help you to actually move from a mediocre or a normal leader to a legendary leader. That's the key for your career growth and success. Right? With that, I'll conclude this session, and looking forward to see you in the next episode. And while you are looking at learning with all of these things, I would request you to also implement this, because learning cannot help until unless you don't go ahead and implement this. So while you implement, if you see any challenges, if you see any questions, do share with us so that I can go ahead and answer all of those things for you, so that you can become a legendary leader too. Thank you so much for staying in tune and listening to me. See you soon on the next episode.